So what's going on, everybody? How you doing? So this is me coming at you one more time about something that I truly like to talk about is your personal pension. Personal pension in the form of a fixed index annuity. Talked about what a pension is. Like years ago, companies would pay the employees after their years of service with the company, right? They would pay them until they pass away, pretty much. Worked at a company for 30 years, you retire, 30, 40 years, whatever the case might be, you retire, and they pay you so that you can still support your lifestyle into retirement, right? A lot of companies went away from pensions because they saw that people were living too long. So then they started using 401ks for you to take care of your retirement, for you to be responsible for your retirement. Okay. So we're going to talk about personal pensions in the form of fixed index annuities. And a lot of people don't understand fixed index annuities and why your principal is protected and why you suffer no losses due to the market. All right. So why is your principal protected and why do you suffer no losses due to the market? Now, that's not to say that you won't suffer any losses in your fixed index annuity, because a lot of companies do have fees when you get some of these riders and stuff like that. So there are fees attached. Some companies don't have fees. Some companies do. So even though you can suffer no losses tied to the market, if the market does nothing, and let's just say you have $300,000 in your account, right? The market does nothing, there might be a fee attached to that annuity, and it might be a 2% fee or 1% fee or whatever. So the market does nothing, but you can lose money because of that fee. So you might lose a couple of $100 because of that fee attached, but not because of the market. Okay. So your principal is protected and no losses due to the market. So we're going to use that example of that $300,000. Okay, the $300,000. So what happens when you give your money to an annuity company, right? An annuity carrier is a life insurance company. It's a life insurance product. It's a personal pension tied with the life insurance company, right? They have annuities. So what happens with your $300,000? You give them the $300,000. That's your principal, right? That $300,000 is your principal. That $300,000 goes into a general account of the insurance company. And what are they doing with it? They're putting it in bonds, fixed interest, assets, and conservative instruments. So putting in bonds, fixed interest assets, and conservative instruments. That's where your $300,000 is going. Okay, so it's sitting in the insurance company's general account over here, nice and safe. All right. What they're going to do now is take the interest, not just from your $300,000, but from other people that have put money into these accounts. Interest is just a pool of interest, right? And they're going to buy options. So I'm buying this option, okay? And the option is tied to the market. So S&P 500, NASDAQ, those are two main ones that people really hear about. These insurance carriers have, other allocations where they could put their money. They have a fixed interest account, S&P, NASDAQ. They have other allocations where they can put the money to be tied to. All right. So the interest buys options tied to the market. Now, with those options, if the option goes up, your account is credited. If the option goes up, your account is credited. If the option goes down, it expires. It's just going to expire worthless and no loss to you. So remember, your $300,000 is going into a general account. What is being tied to the market are options. Options where if they go up, you get credited. If they go down, you suffer no losses. So people say, well, how's my principal protected? How do I suffer no losses due to the market? It's basically that simple. Your principal goes into the general account. The interest. So interest is what is going or tied to the market. If the option makes money, interest gets credited to your account. If the option loses money or goes down, no losses, right? Because it's just interest, right? Your account is safe. Your 300 is safe. The interest is what's tied to the market or shadowing what the market is doing. Okay, so remember, your $300,000 is always going to be safe unless there are fees attached to that product, but that has nothing to do with losses to the market. All right, this is one of the most powerful things out there as far as people that are looking to retire, looking to make sure they have money when they get into that retirement stage. Because like us, I mean, what's the truth of things right now? A lot of people are not going to have enough money when they retire, right? Because they have their money in 401k, 403b, thrift savings plan, places where it's tied directly to the market. And if the market, suffers a nice streak of losing, like it did in 2020 when COVID hit, when people lost almost a third of their account, what can you do for that? Now you have to rebound. So you lose a third of your account, right? A third of your account. Now you have to rebound to get back up to that $500,000. But your person that's, managing your money, oh yeah, you lost a third, but we're on a positive. We're on an upswing, uptick. The market is doing all this, that, the other, but you have to dig yourself up out of a hole. You have to dig up out of a hole. If you have your money in a personal pension, you don't have a hole to dig out of. Because when the market acts funny, it's not acting funny with your money, right? Your money is safe. Your money, you're not going to lose any of your principal. That's the worst thing that can happen. You won't lose anything. Think about that. What if you went to a casino and they say, y'all come in and bet? The worst thing that can happen is you won't lose anything. Everybody be at the casino all day, every day. I'm guaranteed to at least not lose anything from gambling. Okay, it might be a little service fee or something when you swipe your card. Okay. With a personal pension, you won't lose anything because of the market. All right. Your money is safe. They taking your money, taking the interest, buying options. The options are tied to the market. You gain with the option. Your crediting strategy, your credited money. If it loses, it just basically dies and you suffer no loss. If you guys want to learn more information about your own personal pension plan, your own personal pension outside of work, contact me. Legendary Legacy Group LLG, Legendary Legacy Group LLG at gmail.com, or go to the website, legendarylegacygroup.com. Click on the little tab, ask for a free consultation. We'll talk to you more about this and just share information with you guys, right? I'm 51 years old. I didn't learn things about this for 7 years ago, 7 years ago. And now I know, now I want to share information with everybody so that once you get to that stage of your retirement, you don't have to worry about it. Okay? Reach out, comment, like, share, repost, do what you do with the social media. Yeah, I appreciate it. Y'all have a good rest of y'all night. Later.